Down on the Farm. I'm your host, Larry Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at the movement of corn, beans, and wheat futures. Grain futures relatively quiet yesterday ahead of today, Friday's USDA final 2023 crop production report, December 1 stocks in all positions, and the supply and demand report. While most in the trade do not expect any big surprises, there sometimes are surprises. Some in the trade seem to think the USDA could increase corn production, which would increase the stock number as well as the ending year carryout, all bearish signs. As John mentioned, I believe, on Wednesday, the South American production levels of corn and soybeans will be very important. The cash Milo basis delivered to the Texas Gulf ports is on the defensive, largely due to major problems with the Panama Canal and their lack of water to facilitate passage, and terrorist activity affecting shipping through the Red Sea zones. These difficulties have increased ocean freight values to China out of the U.S. Gulf compared to the Pacific Northwest. Grain loading out of the U.S. Gulf is now at a significant disadvantage to grain exporting out of the Pacific Northwest ports in Oregon and Washington State. Local cash grain continues to be hard to buy as producers are unwilling to sell cash corn in these lower flat prices. Corpus Christi's Public Elevator in Archer Daniels Midland open for Milo trucks through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. and 7 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. on Saturday. Anderson's in Timco Houston open weekdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For help marketing your grains, trust John Tuggle, Tuggle & Company Corpus, 361-852-5207. We are on the line with Jody Fry from Producers in Cargyle, San Angelo. Jody, how did the sale go this week?
Had a really good sale, Larry. 1,250 head today. A lot of good quality calves there today. Calling those better quality calves at least $5 to $7 higher. Instances $10 or more higher on some of those choice lightweight calves. Slaughter cows and bulls at least $2 to $4 higher. Some of the medium to thinner fleshed cows could have been as much as $6 higher than last week's first sale back. Strong demand for several hundred slaughter cows and bulls on offer there today. Limited number of replacement type cows like it has been selling about steady. Better quality steers, 400 to 600 pounds, from 210 all the way up to a high of near 325, mostly 230 to 270. 600 to 800 pound steers from 180 to a high of 250, mostly 190 to 235. Slaughter heifer calves, better quality heifer calves, 190 to 270, mostly 210 to 245. Slaughter cows, average to high yielding from 73 to 89. Several of those highest yielding slaughter cows from 90 all the way to a high of 104. Slaughter bulls, average to high yielding from 86 to $1. Several of the highest yielding slaughter bulls from 101 to a high of 119. Bred cows and 2-year-olds, average to better quality, just a few single cows, medium to heavy bred, anywhere from $850 to $1375, and did not have a test on the cow-calf pairs.
How do you feel about sales next week?
Well, big changes coming. That's what we was just talking about.
Yeah.
Weather's going to be the word of the week. Supposed to blow in on Sunday. Could be without some water there for a period of time on the stockyards. Looking for a much lighter sheep and goat sale. Already had numerous calls and texts about whether we were having a sale. Yes, we are planning on having a sheep and goat sale on Tuesday, but limited numbers, and we'll just have to see how that affects the market. Cattle sale on Thursday. Next Thursday probably be a good bit lighter. Like I said, weather permitting, I would say somewhere in the neighborhood of 600 to 700 head next Thursday.
Tell everybody how to contact you, Jody Fry.
You bet. Office number is 325-653-3371. Mobile phones 234-7895.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, it's time to take a look at meat moves. USDA's national pork carcass cutout value was 212 weaker on Thursday at 84.54. Reported federal hog slaughter 1.809 million head for the week through Thursday. Neighbor, as we turn our head and steer our gaze toward the beef side of the protein equation, we see wholesale box beef prices $2.82 higher on the choice, $3 on the select. As we look toward the Choice Select spread, $15.95. Federally inspected slaughter, 424,000 head for the week through Thursday. Looks like our best sales, 175 so far this week. Export sales, 12,241 metric tons. Neighbor, there's your meat moves. We are on the line with Russell Heller. It's Thursday evening before a Saturday sale there in Lexington. Russell, what do you know of so far?
Yes, sir. I got one man's going to have about 40 Charolais calves. Another one's going to have 30 blackened Charolais cross calves, and one other guy's going to have about 10 cows.
Well, good. You got a good start. What's the weather supposed to be like Saturday?
Saturday, I think it's going to be okay. Sunday, about midnight, I think is when it's supposed to start freezing. So hopefully we'll make it through there and get all the cattle out by then.
Well, we hope so. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Russell.
Sure, you can get me on my cell, and that number is 979-820-7002.
We appreciate it. Have a good sale, and we'll talk to you Monday.
Thank you, Larry.
You bet. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil fill pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4 in 16 and 24 inch diameters. Also, from time to time, they see some #2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10-foot wide to 30-foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. We are on the line with Leroy Kruger. Leroy's getting ready for the cold weather and a trip to my old stomping ground. How's the bull business?
It's been pretty decent. We sold a few this week and got rid of some of the Red Angus bulls and a few Charolais, and we've got a really nice set of coming 2-year-old Charolais bulls on hand and a few Black Angus bulls, a couple of Red Angus left here, some Simmentals, and a few Pole Herefords. So we'll be headed off back up there about the first week or two in February when it gets nice and warm. We're going to go to Nebraska and go to a couple of sales, try to get a few more horn bulls back in here because we've got sold out of horn Herefords and been a lot of calls on them. You know, they're kind of the backbone of the whole operation, you know.
Right.
So, but anyway, it's we got a good inventory on hand if somebody needs one.
Okay. Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
They can catch me on the mobile at 830-570-0660.
We appreciate it, Leroy Kruger. Thank you. Be careful.
Yep, you stay warm.
I'll do my best. I'm
going to try it, too.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Unless that pickup breaks down, then we're in trouble.
All right. Wave at Marble Farms when you go by.
I'll do that.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, neighbor, we're here with Tracy Phillips of Homestead and Ranch Real Estate. They specialize in Texas farms and ranches and custom homes on acreage. Tell us about the ranch at Maynard Creek.
I would love to share. This 277-acre ag-exempt ranch offers live water, which is still flowing in this drought, plentiful wildlife, and picturesque views, and is located only 17 miles west of Junction.
How about water and electricity?
It does have electricity already brought into the property, as well as a well that has already been drilled with a 250-gallon storage tank.
What about wildlife?
There's an abundance of wildlife on this property, including axis, trophy-sized whitetail, aoudad, black buck, dove, turkey, just about everything you can imagine for the area.
Well, it sounds like a western hill country property that's perfect for hunters, the natural enthusiast, or someone just wanting to build their home in rural Texas. How can people get in touch with you, Tracy?
Well, that's pretty easy. They can call me directly at 512-393-9996, and I will definitely return your call within 24 hours, or they can visit our website at homesteadandranch.com.
Tracy, thanks for being on Down on the Farm.
Thank you, and you have a great day.
We're on the line with Kenny Mingus from Milam County Livestock, getting ready for the Friday sale. Kenny, what's it looking like Thursday evening?
Well, Larry, we're actually pretty busy. We've talked to some of these people and let them know that this market's going to be a little different with this weather blowing in, but they're still coming with them, tagging on about 1150 right now. Thinking we're going to have somewhere 1,500 with probably 200 cows.
All right. Shiniest consignments you've seen?
You know, the quality of the calves is pretty good all the way through this. As far as stocker cows, we don't have a lot of them. You know, a handful of good palpated cows scattered through it and a few decent pairs. but mainly we just don't have calves, you
Yeah.
know, and all sizes, but quite a few big cattle scattered through.
Good.
So,
Well,
yes, sir.
sounds like you got a good sales started. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Kenny Mingus.
You bet. Catch us at the office, 254-697-6697. Follow us on our webpage at MilamCountyLivestockAuction.com or catch us on Facebook.
Y'all have a good one. And Cameron, we'll talk to you Monday.
Thank you. Have a good weekend. Stay warm, everybody.
I'll do my best. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Neighbor, I'd like to remind you about George Weichel and the good folks at Wholesale Steel, San Antonio Steel. Heavy-duty lifetime warranty on their cattle panel. The standard duty panel also. Heavy-duty and standard duty pasture gates. They're a new Preferred dealer, and they'll beat anybody's prices on the Preferred products. They've got Stay Tight 50 and Stay Tough fencing both. Cattle work in pens. They've got 2 Texas locations. They've got the San Antonio store. Call 210-624-2000 or the Hearn Bryan College Station store, 979-280-6100. Now remember, that Hearn location is off Highway 6, and the San Antonio location is there off Texas 16. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Fridays and Saturdays, 8 to 4. You can find them on the web at wholesalesteelsa.com. Of course, that's the San Antonio store, or wholesaleesteelbcs.com. And that's the Bryan College Station Hearn store. Oh, and by the way, tell George Weichel that Larry Marble sent you. We are on the line with Klein Spear from Southwest Livestock Exchange at Uvalde. Klein, how did the cattle sale turn out?
Got along pretty good today, Larry. We had 760 head. Packer cows and bulls were steady at $2 better on them. Those calves and yearlings, I thought, were another $4 to $6 better on them, and got along pretty good. Lots of guys there today. Had lots of orders. So choice steers $1.70 to $2.25. And those lightweights $2.20 to $2.95. Choice heifers $1.85 to $2.15, and those lightweights $2 to $2.85. Crossbred steers $1.75 to $2.15, and those lightweights $1.95 to $2.60. Crossbred heifers $1.70 to $2.05, and lightweights $1.80 to $2.55. Those stocker cows today $90 to $1.20. Packer bulls $98 to $1.21. Breaker cows $89 to $1.02. Those cutters and canners $72 to $87. And those Shelly cows $35 to $55. Didn't have any pairs this week. Bred cows brought 900 to 1,500. So overall, a good run.
Good. Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for next week's sales at Southwest Livestock Exchange in Uvalde. That'll be sheep and goats Tuesday, cattle Thursday.
Give us a call at the office, 830-278-5621. My cell phone, 830-591-3241.
Klein, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye. I'm down on the farm's Larry Marble. We're here at the kitchen table with Stephen from D&D. Stephen, I understand you've got great things going on in your ropes and roping department.
Yes, sir. So, Larry, we carry Preferred, Shoot Help, and WW roping equipment, and we have way too much here. Your listeners can save up to $500 off select roping shoots while supplies last.
Down on the farm, listeners, while supplies last, you get the discount. Give Stephen a call. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you at D&D.
Just give me a shout at 830-379-7340, extension 160.
We're on the line with Rodney Butler, Beeville Livestock. Rodney, how's our Friday sale shaping up?
We got lots of numbers. We're tagging on 700. Several pens of good calves up there. And our Packer cows, we've got probably 100, 125 Packer cows, and probably about 30 bulls. So we're going to have a good sale tomorrow, sir. We've got some good calves to sell tomorrow.
Good. Out of the calves, what's the shiniest consignment?
Oh, we got some good set of black baldy and red baldy steers and heifers mixed. They're not really heavy, but they're carrying a condition. They're probably weighing around that 450 to 550. Then got several pens of black calves, and then got a good set of Beefmaster cross calves up there. They're bulls and heifers mixed, and they're gonna be heavy. They're gonna weigh that 650 to 7.
Well, good. Tell everybody what time you start and how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, you can reach me at Cell Barn at 361-358-1727, or call me on my mobile, 645-5002.
Rodney Butler, we appreciate you. Have a good sale in Beeville.
Thank you. Talk to you Sunday.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, I do believe it's time for a long look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, Tuggle & Company, Corpus. Milo through Corpus in January, March plus 115, 1023. Houston, 1032. Progresso, March plus 40, 889. Yellow corn to Corpus, 512 3/4. Progresso, 567 3/4. Hard red winter wheat to Houston, January delivery, March plus 30, 646. And Placido beans, March less 90, 1146 1/2. Milo FOB Corpus Christi elevators, $9.70 by the hundredweight for 30-day loading, depends on location and freight. Taking a look at Texas cotton. Looks like we moved 3,692 bale of West Texas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Average price $78.23, low side $76.86, high side $79.61. Neighbor, we're the best darn farm show in Texas. No brag, just fact. I'm Larry Marble. Thanks so much for listening to us on our 16 affiliated stations or down on thefarmradio.com.